I don't know. Today I felt like playing the Neverhood. A game I have not played in a very long time. One that, if you don't know it yourself, very much should. Definitely play this on your own if you're able. However, if you haven't, and you don't wish to do that, then here we are. I'm just going to be playing the game. I'm feeling kind of weird lately. And you know what? When you feel weird, put in some other weirdness. Because why not? Might as well. This is Clayman. He's a dude, I guess. Let's open the window. So, for those of you that don't know, this game is from, I don't remember the year. 90s, I say? I want to say 94, but I don't know particularly. You can tell, though, it's a little bit of an older PC game. Point-and-click style. And a game I played very early in my age. My dad showed this to me, and I don't know. I think this game's always registered to me in some way, just in a creative way. I've loved how goofy it is, but it also has a very deep plot if you really want to get like super deep into a plot. We gotta jump down. This game has Bible-sized lore, and I'm not even kidding about that. That is very much the case. Well, that didn't seem like a good idea. But it is very simple. I like it a lot, and it's not a super long game by any means. Also, I believe it only sold like 40 to 50,000 copies when it came out. It was not super successful, but really cool game. Also had a Kickstarter game that came out, I think 2015? Let's read our mail, by the way. But it had, well, let's read this. Dear Clayman, please feed my pet flytrap. He eats ring food. I do not. Love, Willie. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate that. It's a cool guy. See if we get more mail. Claymeb, you may have already won 2 bricks of clay. From Willie once again. We don't really know who Willie is right now, but that's okay. You can go and read this mail for quite a while, actually. Clayman, how do you spell Hoborg? Hopefully he figures that out at some point. Love, Willie. That can be a confusing one, I'll agree. I'm not quite sure myself. Clay, send this letter to 3 friends or you'll fall ill. Willie Dewan. Well, now I know the last name. That's scary. I don't know if I have a photocopier, but try my best. I'm gonna go through all these. They will eventually repeat. Dear Clayman, you read too much. Willie. Yeah, I definitely do read quite a bit. It's problematic for me. Surely there's more mail, though. Clay friend, you read too darn much. From Willie. Well, if you keep writing these letters, I'll keep reading them. They're entertaining to me. Dear Clay, at first this was fun, but now you're being a baby. From Willie. Well, that's not very nice. There's a lot there, though, so I clearly gotta keep reading, right? Hello, still no mail. Then what do you call this? Willie. What else we got? Greetings again. If you throw this away, I'll think less of you. Alright, I'll keep that on me. Never mind. What else we got? Okay, hi chum. My head has a hole in it. Well, didn't spell that one right, but you tried. Better than your attempt at Hoborg, though. Dear claimant, hang me from a tree by my hoop so I can play Absalom. Really? Not sure what that means, but sure. Alright, we'll stop there. That is actually the last one. Technically, we wouldn't be able to read anymore, as far as I'm aware. Maybe they do repeat. I can't quite remember. We do have a couple patches in here that do a few things, and one we'll get to eventually. And I'll kind of show you the difference between it. But anyway, this entire game is in clay, as you can see. The whole thing is like that. And it was actually, like, this is all for real. Everything was made. It's also made by Doug TenNapel, which is the creator of Earthworm Jim. Lots of cool stuff. So I'm getting this hoop. I'm going to be maybe a little spoilery here. I'm in a couple places. I'm not really sure how I'm doing this. I just set up the record last minute. We're just here. We're figuring it out. I don't know. I just wanted to play. Figured we could record too. But I pulled that ring. You saw how it made that sound there. In a later section, there's going to be a radio. And if I don't pull that, it's going to turn, or the radio is going to be off, and I can't use it, and I'll have to come all the way back here, which will take a while based on where that is, to then pull this and turn it on. So I'm doing this in advance. Anyway, we need to use the fly trap here. None of these hoops really do anything other than this one. So we need to move that, so we can get our way out of here. I don't want to be in this room anymore. You'll probably hear me clicking quite a few times as well. Apologies for that. It is a point and click after all. And there we are. Get on out. So yeah, there was a game released as a spiritual successor to this game called Armakrog, and it's an interesting game. It was made in 2015 again, I think, or released then. And it's in HD and everything, widescreen, is really cool, but it's very different than this game. This game's very wacky. That game isn't quite like that. It also doesn't have this sort of thing where it's like first person like this. The vibe in this area, just with all the weird sounds and how quiet it is, and the weird, like, slightly creepy, cryptic music almost atmosphere. This has always resonated with me for so long. The weird, like, just loneliness, the slow nature of it, and just, like, the sounds and everything. It's so weird. I don't know, man. It throws me off constantly. And it's something that I've always remembered because it's so off-putting. Anyway, we're gonna go here first. Also, the plot, if you need to know, we'll get to a point where the entire plot will explain itself, but there's really nobody else here. We're pretty much alone here, outside of a couple characters that we will eventually see. Anyway, we're here in the, oh, Jesus. The Hall of Records, that's what it was. I want to say Hall of Heroes, it's not, that is not what it is. It's the Hall of Records. Bunch of history here. We have our first puzzle. I'm going to try my best to do this. We have to make an H for the Hall of Records. You'll see that these are colored. And so we have to have gray on this side and bluish tiles on this side. And then this goes in the middle, of course. And this is a slide puzzle, so I'll try my best to do it quickly. Sometimes my luck's good, sometimes it's not. So we'll see how it goes. There we are. Took me way too long to get that last side. I kept putting them the wrong way, but there we are. We got it. And now we can get into this door, which is fantastic. So throughout this game, we're going to get rooms like this. There's a little console here, and when we're picking these up, which are tapes, these tapes will essentially give you the entire story of the game. I'm not going to play them until right at the end of the game. You do need to get all of them, and pretty much all of them are kind of on the way. There's like one or two that you have to kind of put a bit of effort into actually getting, but the rest of them are basically just on the way. So we're going to play them at the end, since you're required to do that anyway. Alright, so we're in the Hall of Records. If we press this button, we'll turn lights on. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to go in here. And there's a little glass here. It's hard to see, but we're going to pick that up. We need that for a couple sections in the game. And you'll see there's a glow down here too, and we want to press this button here. We're going to go on down. Because that's what we do. And you're going to see a little area. And so these are some symbols that we're going to need to remember quite in the future. We don't really need them right now. For my own sanity, I'm taking a picture on my own end so that I have these. There we go, and I have them myself, and that's perfect. And that's all we need from that area, at least in the dark. And that's the only reason we need the dark. I'm going to go back over here now and turn the lights on so we can actually see what we're doing. That is very important for later. And this game has a lot of that. There are definitely some sections where writing things down are necessary. Or just, in this case, in the modern day, taking a picture. Now we're going to go back in here with the lights on. There's actually stuff in here we need as well. And aha! There's a tape, which is very important. There's also this button here. And there's a couple buttons like this in some areas. 2 more, to be precise. And we'll need to press that just once. If you press it again, it's not good. you wanna make sure it's the right way around. Let's play this too. If you've never seen this game before, seeing things like this is strange. But it's still very cool. Let's get out of here. Alright, so the first thing here that makes this game insane to me is this is the Hall of Records. I explained that already. Also, we're going to want to push this button too. This is also important for later. We want to make sure that these are like this. We don't want to leave that open. But this is the Hall of Records. We can go up to this wall that has text on it, presumably, and actually click each section, and we can basically read everything that's on the wall. And so we get this whole section. We can scroll all the way through it, all the way to the bottom line, and then we can go to this section, and we can read that. And this is different. And the one next to that is also different. It's all actual text. The reason I'm bringing this up is because the Hall of Records is a hall of records. And so you can just go through this for a while. This hallway is about 5 minutes long. Just constantly going from room to room. Now, I'm not going to make you sit through that pain. I'll do it myself. That's fine. We actually need to get to the end of the hallway. So that's going to take a while. But again, we're here now. I can click this paragraph. And this is different text. Completely different. All of this is readable. There's a huge amount of, like, stuff you can read here. All the character names make sense. It's basically like a whole history of where we are. And so if you really wanted to, you could read all of this stuff here and totally understand the plot of most of the game. Not the main story as to maybe why we're here, but at least all the, like, why existence is basically a Bible-sized and, like, equivalent story. I haven't personally read it all myself. There's a lot in it, but I've read parts of it. And it's kind of insane. I'm not trying to say this as if this game is religious. It's very much, well, maybe it has some ties to it, but it's not so much a game that's blatantly like that. But it does have a lot going for it. Anyway, we've been going for a while. I will see you when we get to the end of this hallway. Alright. We are here, and this is why we had to come to the end of this hallway. We have to get a tape. And again, I said they're required, so you do need to get this. And yeah, that takes a while. I've been sitting here for a little while. Also look out the window here. What do we got? It's peculiar for sure. Interesting. There's a few areas like that. The game is very cryptic in terms of things that it tells you and things that you can see and what's going on, so it's very interesting to see some things like that, especially when you don't really know what's going on and you're trying to get every little piece of information to figure out what's happening. But anyways, we got that tape. I'd love to go back, and I do need to go back, so, well, here we go. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Alright. We are back, and that was very long and tedious. I'm playing this in Scum VM, and there is actually a patch that makes it so you just go to the last room, but I just wanted to show that at least a little bit, even if in a weird, sped-up context. Anyway, that's everything here, and yeah, that's kind of just this game. I don't really know how to explain what goes on here that well outside of, I mean, Hall of Records is a pretty good little thing that kind of shows the game pretty quickly, maybe not quickly in terms of that, but that's not something that maybe you would know to do outright either. I'm kind of going in the order of the best way to do things, at least in my opinion. So we're kind of just doing that right now. Yeah, I really enjoy this game. It's got a lot of cool segments. We're going to come up to a couple of them here. Let's get that other tape there. This game definitely inspired me as a kid, at least to try like a little bit of claymation, but I never really fully got into it. I didn't have the patience. It was very ADHD-like. I probably have it. I don't know definitively, though, so who knows? I'll just live the rest of my life guessing. We're trying to replace the TNT with the duds on this sort of, I guess, puppet dummy sort of thing. And honestly, it's just swapping them around and getting them onto the dummy here. It really does not take a lot of effort. For the most part, it's just clicking them until they get to where they need to be. There is some sense to it, but it's really not that difficult. Either way, that's all we actually need to do in this room for now. This game's very good at essentially having a lot of things that you have to essentially come back for and prep, or, you know, you might not know the solution until you're an hour in a completely different location. And so I'm not going to do really any of the ones that really, like, need you to, like, find some information. A lot of the essential puzzles have, like, randomized information, so we really can't figure that out. Anyway, I'm doing this because I need to turn the water on, and that's how you do it. There's also this over here. Alright, so just a little cut there. I just saved the game here because this is one of the first areas where I can really show you the cool charm about this game. This game essentially, it's very cool because getting through it on a technical level and on a puzzle level, like, it's fine, you know? It's good, but it's not like the most inventive game that way, I would say. Not to say it's bad or anything, but there's definitely more complex and unique experiences that way. What's unique about this is both the style and medium, but also things like this. Let's have a fruit here. You know, why not? Might as well. Whatever this is. Try it out. Oh. Well, it makes you a little gassy. You know what? I think we're gonna have another one. That's some pretty good stuff right there. Whoa, that's making you real gassy there, Clayman. Do I dare eat another one? Sure, why not? So this is going to go on for a little while now. Like a couple minutes. Yeah, we'll be back. Whoa. Alright. So those things like that are why this game is... It's about the experience along the way, rather than the actual puzzles. If we do that again, we're just going to start off with the first one again, and it'll be a repeat of that. So, nothing too crazy there after that one, but that one's still pretty crazy. That one's a couple minutes for sure, and there's a lot of moments like that as well. I'll try to get to a good chunk of them while we can. But anyway, we're going to go to the not deadly looking symbol over here. What's this about? Oh yeah, that's probably fine, yeah. Ooh, a music box. There's a lot of little cutscene moments like this. It's very fun to see. They're well done as well. I'd love if this game got like a re-release and like a remaster, but it's definitely past the point where I think it could actually be done. Video's just so compressed. Oh! Oh, that's what that thing is. So that's the weasel. This music lives in my head rent-free. When we play Isaac, and we get chased by Mother's Shadow, we have a mod that replaces the music for that with this music. It is the perfect chase music. Wow, that was a fast maneuver, Clayman. I'm not gonna interrupt this whole scene. This is a great bit. Alright, so that was a chase and a half. I love the moments in this game that have actual animated sections. It's fantastic. So you know what? Let's go try talking to him. It's probably fine, I imagine. Okay. Well, that didn't go well, but hey, we tried. So we would have still been able to do this earlier, or, you know, at this point if we need to, but we already did this, so we just have this dummy. Let's light him up. And, here. That's me. You can have him. He's so stupid. And that's Willy, as you can see from his little hoop. Well, that's some progress. Now, initially you might think that that's basically all we really need to do there. But technically this was actually to make progress, because when you think about it, we didn't really do too much there at all. We turned on the water, but that was a separate thing, which is very important as well. But we actually want to go back here. And this is also another thing I love about this game, is just how much... The land feels so mysterious, but at the same time, there's this sort of extra layer where it's like, oh, you get to go through and stuff expands and opens up, and that's fun. It's definitely kind of a little adventure gamey as well. So we got this weird... I don't really know what this is supposed to be. I have no idea, but it's basically a little, I guess, car that we get to drive around these, like, rails or whatever. Let's go over here. Oh. So yeah, the entire world just ends right there, so not much we can do about that. We can go down here, though. And hey, look, it's another one of those buttons. Now, this section kind of sucks to get around because every single time the car flips, Clayman stops moving, and you can't control him. He doesn't stop moving all the time, but you can't control him anymore, so if he does stop moving, you can't really do anything about it, so you kind of just have to wait for the clicks. The actual pathing on getting to this area is actually not that difficult, but it is a little tedious. Alright, so that's all we want to do. Any of those buttons we want to press only one time, because if you press them again, then it's basically like you never pressed them. It's a toggle switch of sorts, and so we don't want to press that again. If we do, we'd have to press it another time just to get it back to where it is. So pressing that only once is exactly what we want to do. Now, there's a couple puzzles in this that once we get to them as well, it's definitely going to require a little bit more time. Just in terms of like memory and stuff, so I'm going to try to either kind of cut around them or, you know, maybe figure something else out so that you can have a general idea of what I'm doing, because some require a lot of writing down or taking pictures or whatever they are, so... Again, we're figuring this out as we go. Alright, so now that we've done that, we can now head back. Most likely won't be our last time here. Might be obvious from some of the stuff we saw, but it'll be a while before we're back, so that's all we really need to do. And so this first area is kind of like little tiny sections here. And so we're kind of moving around, and basically actually all the sections kind of are very linear between them. Not really, you can go wherever you need to, but going to the Hall of Records over here, and then going over to the Weasel's area, I don't really know the best name for it, but the sort of Weasel Chase area, and then going over here into this building, and then over here is essentially the order of it. So we're going to go here next, and this is going to show why we needed to turn the water on, because you can see there's another little skull here, and if we press this, we get water. So we need that, and we're going to use our glass that we got from the Hall of Records to drink some water. But not just because Clayman's thirsty. This is actually going to help us with the mechanic here. We need to get in here, and there's a little puzzle with this, and I'm going to see if I can remember it immediately. So we need to fill these up to match that melody, and if we click on this now that we've had the water, we can actually fill these, and it's up to 5, I believe, and essentially we need to do them in the right pitch. So I believe it's, and if I remember this correctly, I think it is 3. One, 2, that one's empty, and this one's 4, from what I remember. If we screw it up, we'll know. I am a genius. That one's the same every time, though, so after some years, I've kind of just remembered that sequence.
Hey, Clayman! Say knock knock.
This guy's weird because I don't know if he's a character or not. He talks to you like a character, but you never really learn about this guy. He just exists. Clayman's very curious about him, but we'll never learn anything more about this guy. He's just kind of here. I don't really know why he's here. Anyway. So pretty much any window I'm fairly sure you can look out of. This is the one I usually normally forget. This one's actually very aesthetically pleasing. There's a lot here, and I'm pretty sure there's... I don't know if there's stitched photos here or whatnot, but this looks a lot lower resolution than this little thing up here, but either way. I like looking out the windows. It's nice to see other perspectives of the world. So if we didn't press that button back at the Hall of Records to close that door, this would not be out. This would also be in the wall, and we would not be able to use this as a ladder. And so that's why we wanted that to be out of there. There's another tape here. I just gotta make sure to grab the tapes. There's one I always miss, so let's hope we don't do that. Ooh. The cannon gun looking thing over here. Interesting. Set up this ladder. It's a pretty spiky ladder, but it works. Ah. I think this style of game works a lot better in the 4x3 nature as well. I saw somebody trying to use AI to essentially, and here's our last button by the way, to use AI to essentially extend the frame on these edges on the side. I might have the video cropped so maybe there's no edges that you could see, but essentially to 16:9 rather than 4:3. And it looked really good, and you definitely could do it, but I don't know, I like the way this is. I don't know, it just gives it such a almost like cult film vibe. This one's barely anything. You know, like you're watching like a, I don't know, Wes Anderson movie that got cropped. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. I'm pretty sure that's just pure caramel, but I'm not really sure. It's very gross looking. Yeah, so you can do that as many times as you want. Does that have anything important for us? No, it doesn't. But it exists. Again, just the little things are really nice. Again, Armacrog, which was kind of a spiritual successor. I believe EA owns the rights to this game currently in the current day, which is very weird, but I believe that is the case. So it's not anything about Clayman or anything, or the Neverhood, which is this place. But it is stylistically similar, and the puzzles and the way it works is similar, but it does have different characters and that kind of thing. Again, which is totally fine, but I don't know, the other thing about that game is it's very, I don't know, the story's kind of weird, and the way that it does some of its puzzles and stuff doesn't feel quite as interesting, and it also doesn't have a lot of those, like, in-between moments. Every cutscene in that game is very catered to telling the story. In this game, there's just a lot of random things, and I respect it for that. So pressing those buttons that we pressed earlier turn these on, and what this allows us to do is open this door. We can go across the bridge. Hey look, it's that cannon. So, to the left here is one of the puzzles that I'm going to definitely need to take some pictures for, or something. Back in the day you would have probably drawn these, but essentially this is going to show us a huge order of symbols, and we need to remember them all. So we're just going to go through these. I'm going to take pictures myself while we go through these as well, so that I have them. And the order's random every time when you play this game, so it makes it so some of these puzzles are just very, you know, organic. And so there's going to be one symbol that comes up here that actually plays a sound, and this sound traumatizes me anytime I hear it. I don't know. As a kid, I found it very creepy. I didn't like it. It wasn't my favorite. Didn't enjoy it very much. Yeah, this one. So you can tell that's the same symbol as something else. So when it comes up later, it's actually not going to be that symbol. When we see a similar symbol come up that we've already seen, that's when this is over. So that's likely the last one. Yep, so that's going back around. And that's all we really need. So I've taken those photos. That should hopefully help us out later. Anyway, lots going on here. So there's some stairs here. Let's go up here. I really want to check out that cannon. That cannon seems interesting to me. Dude, this game's boring so far. I need to like launch some stuff or something. I need to shoot something down. Assuming I can use it. Oh, there we go. That shot was always weird to me. That last shot where he puts his eyes up to the thing. It looks very out of place. Clayman, military shooter. Oh, looks like somebody's already been firing. Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, that's actually going to work? Yes, of course it is. Well, that definitely didn't do anything. Oh. So yeah, now we kind of screwed up the entire place because now all the water's gone. Oops. Also, that physically doesn't make any sense, but, you know, that dish with the water in there, it doesn't really drain out like that. It should be trapped in there, but don't worry about it. And as we all know, there's a drain at the bottom of every single lake and riverbed. That's just how it works. The rest of this we can't really do anything with yet, so we're just gonna have to leave. And let's go in here. So a little puzzle here. Because you're probably thinking, what does the water have to do? What do we have to do with the water? Clearly nothing, right? Well, we do. We do need to actually go and go down there, but we can't get down there. How do we get down there? I don't know how to do that. With this puzzle. So essentially, you see the little indentation here. We need to match that. So we need to find the piece here and essentially put it in and make it fit. And so there's a lot of pieces that look very similar, like this one, but that's the right one. Or like this one. There's other B shapes, but they're not quite the same way. Similar to this one as well. And some these pieces are randomly dispersed in different areas, so every time you play the game it is uniquely different as well. And sometimes they're in certain ways where it's pretty confusing. This one's not too bad, actually. This one's fairly straightforward. The last pieces are usually pretty easy. And there we are. And so now we have this, and so, yeah, let's just do this. Might as well. Don't know what that does. Could be anything. Hopefully it's useful. But I don't really know. It's a weird-looking plant over there. It always looks like some child's, like, first Play-Doh creation. Where'd the bridge go? Oh, look at that. So yeah, doing that, we can move the bridge down so we can get down, and now there's stairs. Anyway, this should be fine for Clayman. Well, never mind. Clayman's a little bit of a clumsy guy, but that's alright. That's fine. This game's very interesting as well, because there really isn't that much dialogue in there. The only dialogue we've heard so far is from the little TV guy so far. I feel like that's the only reason he's actually there, is to be able to do that. So we could go over here, and we can go to the nice little yellow building, but there's no reason to do that yet. Because we need to learn some more information, and we don't quite know that at this current time. So let's go over here. Oh, what's this? Danger, don't jump in the drain, you will die. I don't know if I believe that. Well, let's go in. And that's the end of the Neverhood, everybody. That's it. There actually isn't more to this game. It kind of just... I told you it was short. There actually isn't really anything after that. It's all a red herring. That's kind of why it didn't sell well. And that's it. That's the end of the game. This is the actual credits for the game, by the way. You could literally leave it there and you would never see anything else. The art might be different here. I think the art is actually different here. But it's the same song. But I do think the art's different to not spoil what like comes in the game in the future, so yeah. Whoa, man, I thought I was about to jump into the drain there. I mean, it says I'll die, so I don't know if I really want to do that. Anyways, what's this? It's another little cart here for us. Well, let's get in. So this cart takes ages. It takes forever to get through here. There's so many random paths. For some reason, I cannot move. When we get stuck on paths sometimes, it is annoying as ever. There we are. So sometimes the controls are a little weird, but there we go. I'm gonna be clicking a lot since I need to, so apologies for that. But yeah, this path is super long to see all the things here, so I might cut around a little bit on here. This first area is not too bad, so we should be able to see it through here. But yeah, there's a lot of pieces of information here we need to get. One of which is this way. And we need to take note, not visually. But we need to take close attention, yeah, pay attention to the audio. Alright? Kind of a dopey, weird song. There's that bell that plays every once in a while, and that's actually a hint leading us to know that the ring back in the starting room that makes that sound, we need to make sure that we pull it and it makes that noise. And that will turn the radio on. Not that one, though. There's a different one. But we need to remember that song as well. Alright, so down here we have this sort of thing, and this changes and is random every single time as well. I really like that this game does that, because I feel like it'd be a game that very much could have an issue where, you know, because everything's made out of clay and taken with existing pictures and everything, some things could be very, you know, like samey, and you could easily predict it, but things like this aren't, and so, we need to remember this for later. There are two side paths to this area, and this is one of them. Going here, you'll find a little plaque here, and if you notice, we're actually below the cannon. So this is the cannon monument. This cannon was put here by Clog. Interesting. Might be a little hard to read what this says too. I'm not going to say it in case you don't know what it is. I've actually been kind of hinted towards that name already. I'm not gonna spoil it yet. Alright, so the other side area is here. Also, I don't want to say entirely that I'm avoiding the spoiler of the story, but you can really only get the full picture of the story once you actually get all of the tapes. Which obviously happens very late in the game. But you can get like a general idea of part of the story right now if we wanted to, but again, I'm going to wait until we get to the end. It's kind of an annoying climb to make, but once we get up here... Oh, look, it's Willie's room. So this is actually where Willie lives. He has his dad here too. We never see his dad, but apparently he exists or had existed. And yeah, he's just here relaxing, chilling. Not sure what this is, I really don't know. And it looks like this actual window was never here, it just seemingly got put here or something, because all these rocks are here. But anyway, yeah, it's cool that you can just, like, this is just rewarding exploration. You really don't need to come here. There's nothing else here, I can't go in here, I can't really do anything, I'm just kind of looking around. And that's basically it. but it's a cool little room nonetheless. The more fun part about this is going back down, because you get to go at supersonic speed. It's very rewarding, considering that basically the rest of this area is a very awful bit of traversal, which I'm going back to now. I'll see you when we're back to the beginning now. Alright, so there we are. And back to the beginning. And there we are. Great. It's hard to get out of that one for some reason, but there we are, we've done that. And finally, we can now go over to this sort of satellite building of sorts. I really like the design of things in this as well. Everything looks very... like every building's stylized in its own way, but it's all clay in some way. Alright, so here's the radio. And we click on this. We now have the ability to tune this. So if we go here, you'll see the light comes back as is. And we can actually get out of the area again, right? But if we go anywhere else, the door actually closes on this side, and we have to find the station to open the door over here. So if you remember that music, we need to find that song again. Now there is a ton of stuff here. If you actually listen to the album for the Neverhood, it's called The Imaginarium. It's by Terry Scott Taylor. Lots of stuff from the main parts of this game as well, but all of this weird music for this radio also is there. And there's a lot of stuff. Like all of this stuff, like, what is this? Like, it's very strange songs, but they're all here. You can listen to them here, but you can also listen to them in that album. Like, what is this? The music in this game is great. It's probably one of the best things about it. So that's the song we need to open the door over here. But I'm going to keep going. I want to find one in particular. This one's like a fly singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to you for some reason. It's very weird.
Faster.
Wow, hear him go.
Sound effects record number 32.
Here we are.
Man reading. Man relaxing.
These are great sounds.
Woman in outer space.
I'm glad that they got these.
Man watching television with volume at 0.
That space one must have been hard to get.
Man watching silent movie.
Sounds really similar to the last one.
Freeway sound from 20 miles away. Lunch at the recording studio. Man getting a bright idea. Woman handling a situation with kid gloves.
Never got that one. I don't... What is the last word he says?
Mime and his audience. Tree falling in the forest.
That was debatable.
Dead insect. A swarm of dead insects. Sound effects record.
Anyway, that's all that is, but I love that one, because it's such a good joke. Lots of sound effects in there. Alright, there we are. We're back to where we need to go. I hope to edit that in some way that you can actually see the like lighting changes as we dial in the radio. It's really cool that that happens too. It's like it's accurate to the kind of building, and it's cool that they put that in. This door is open now, so we can go in here, and it's a little dark, but that's okay. So there's a whole puzzle here, and essentially, there's a thing where if we turn this light on, this is actually all we need it for. On the side of this, there's a thing that says B-O-B-Y, or B-O-B-Y, B-O-B-B-Y, Bobby. So that is the solution to this puzzle in here, and essentially what we need to do is we need to color coordinate based on the name Bobby. I feel like it's pretty obvious what that is, but essentially, if we push this button, this will happen. And you can see how there are colors here. So, if we press this, this actually turns these crystals, and they change color. And they're in a rainbow sort of order, so we need to do blue, orange, blue, blue, yellow. Easy, right? Very, very easy. The colors in the rainbow here are basically as follows. We have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, a kind of a purpley magenta, and then red. And then it cycles back around. So, from what I remember, this was on yellow. We need this on orange, so if that's right, then what we need to do is do, what, green, blue, purple, red, and then orange. So, what, this would be, or sorry, that was on yellow, so this would be green now. This would be blue, purple, red, and orange. I don't remember what this was on. I think it was on green. I'm gonna try to remember this and try to do it on our next try, but I think this was on green. And so that would be what? That would be blue, purple, red. And so we just need this on blue. I don't remember what this one was on. I think this one was on yellow. And then there was green at the end. So this would be blue, purple, red, orange, yellow. And then this one I believe was on green. I don't know if I pressed that already. But if I haven't pressed it already, then that would be... Or no, I thought this was on yellow. So this would be on green, blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. That one I've screwed up. I did the wrong order for that. Nah, I was one over. I don't think I counted the blue. I think I went over blue the first time. I got close though, I think. Anyway, what was the last one? Was that one also right or was that wrong? I don't remember, but that needs to be red. And then, God, what? Orange, yellow, green, blue. That should be good. Oh, I did leave that on green. I didn't think I left that on green, but that's my bad. Well, that'll be blue, purple, red, orange, yellow. There we are. That should be it. And we got it. So you can, of course, turn that with the lights on, and if you do that, you'll be able to actually see the crystals turning, but you won't be able to see the color because it'll be too bright. So that's why we have them with the lights off. And so we can go here now, but we don't want to do that. We actually want to go in this door. We're going to go over here real quick. We don't really need to take a picture of this, but this is also important to know. And these are all right at this line, so that's all we really need to know. Don't need to do that. And we can't grab this tape because we're tiny. We need to go over to this little thing. Now, you remember that picture we took, well, of the vials earlier? Well, we need to remember that. Or rather, you know, just look at the picture, which is way more important. So we're going to fill this up to here. Green is all the way up. We're going to do that, and this is right at this line. And there we go, dispense. We've made a little concoction here. This concoction is going to make us bigger. Apparently I screwed that up. I don't know how I screwed that one up, but let's try that again. Ah, there was one more level there I didn't realize. That one always tripped me up. There we are. And that's what we need to do there. And now we are going to grow back to normal size. It's fun to see the little, like, failure animations, though. It's always fun to see that. Alright, now we can get that tape. So, in this room, we can actually look at a lot of different people here. Like Willie's dad right here. Look at that. Great, and we can go out of here and we can look at other figures here. That one's actually pretty important. And there's lots here. Little figures and basically people that essentially ruled Neverhood at a certain time. And if we click right here... Oh, we missed by one. I believe it's right here, actually. There we are. This guy is the most important because we need to push this button. It's very hidden, but it is the one that's mostly in the light here, so that's kind of your hint for that. That one's a weird one for sure. I always felt weird about that puzzle, but it is what it is. We're gonna get up here now. And there's a nice little ring up here, so if we want to go all the way back down, we can. This will actually take us all the way back down. We're not going to do that. We're going to get this tape and not play the tapes yet. Again, we're waiting on that one. And now we have this mechanic. So this will take us anywhere we want to go. So we can go... Well, not anywhere. We actually can only go one place right now. But if it's working properly, we can technically go wherever we want to go. We can only go here right now. So let's do that. It's a teleporter. Well, this is a little barren. But it's probably for the best. Some of the areas in Neverhood, the whole area of the Neverhood existing, it just exists in a, like, black void. It's actually very off-putting. It's very creepy. I've always found it very weird. Also, this area is like pure silence outside of our steps as well. There's some uncanny vibes from this game in a few places, and this is one of them. But we're going to go over here. See what's over here, I guess. Castle and this thing. It's a big nail. And this is our first glimpse at this character here. He's a very nice guy. And this is the time where you have to cheer for Clayman. Come on, Clayman. You can do it. I know you can. Come on, Clayman, do it. Get it done. You got it, I believe in you. He might not have it. I don't know, I'm gonna keep the faith up. He's gonna get it, I believe. And he got it. Pure determination that he had. And now the world is coming together. So you know how I said the universe just kind of ends on that one card section? Yeah, that one. Well, now everything's going to come together. We were only exploring half the world so far. And now the other half comes together. It's a very wacky scene, but such a cool concept, too. Lines up perfectly. And there's that section right there, too, just to give you a bit of a hint, too. I don't exactly know why he did that. He is the character that did do that. Obviously, you know, it's right near his place, but for some reason he just decided to split the world in half like that. I don't know why he did that. There's a lot of other things I get. And that one I kind of get, but not to that extent. So I believe we want to go here now. To the pink ribbon. That's how I always see it. I don't think that's its intention, but yeah. And there we are. We got 2 more tapes here. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's pick those up. 2 in 1. It's very nice to see. Don't always get that. And yes, he does just put it in his body. I haven't even commented on that. Some of this is so normal to me because I've just seen it before. But things like that are a little strange. Now let's go visit this guy over here. It's one of the other few characters in the game.
Oh, it's you! Hi! Go away!
That wasn't very nice.
I gave it to Holler Records!
Give what to Hollow Records?
The guy goes and he keeps coming back. I don't get it. I wish he'd just go away. He'll probably do it again.
Well, fine, I will then. He actually doesn't have any more dialogue beyond that. I always found that weird. It always seemed like he was supposed to have one more. Because they really egged you on to do it again, but there is nothing else there. That guy only ever offers that much information. He's not important to us anymore. Nor was he really ever, but he's a guy. I do love that first line, though. I need to, like, save that for use elsewhere. Like, just on my phone, and then if somebody, like, comes up to me in public that I haven't seen in a while and I don't want to see them, I can play that line for them. Oh, it's you, hi! Go away. We're gonna do this now. You know, I said this was way in the future. It's actually not that far in the future with, this last little thing. I'm doing this now because it's very important that we do it now, over anything else. So, we're gonna try this, and get this done. So, yeah, essentially, you know those purple symbols that we got earlier? Well, we need them now. So we gotta press this button when we get to the symbol that we need. And essentially, we're gonna stop it and get the order of them. And so you notice that symbol with the sound there, it's not the same as the other one. But that symbol we do need to take note of too. It's actually a repeat symbol. So there is actually a version of that symbol that doesn't make the sound as well. Anyhow, we're just gonna get through this and get these down. I have the pictures here. My phone is close to death as well, so hopefully I will be able to get these down. We need the weird noise symbol now. Come on. There's a lot of waiting with this one, but so if we get it wrong, we gotta go all the way back around again. This is not great. There we are. closer we get to the end, the easier it is, because we're kind of running out of symbols. You know, back in the original days of playing this game, back in the, you know, I don't know what it would have been, probably like 2005 when I played it. My dad showed it to me. That was the symbol we needed, by the way. We gotta wait for it back again, but that's okay. You know, I just drew these and didn't exactly have a phone on me to just take pictures. So, I have a lot of memories of drawing all these symbols. Because I did it a couple times. Alright, where's the... There we are. And there we are. We got it. And all of that was just for a tape. But again, we need the tapes. We need them all. They're very important to get. But yeah, so doing that now is very good. Getting that out of the way, that's one major memory-based puzzle to get out of here. And we're going to head over to the left now. Since we kind of need to get this area done. And this area has one puzzle that's very easy and another puzzle that is very tedious. Probably the worst puzzle in the game, just in terms of how tedious it is. So, I'm looking forward to it. Hello, mouse. Goodbye, mouse. Let's head over here. Oh. Well, that's inconvenient. Oh. We just put the mouse into a video game. Look at that. That's crazy. So, this, we have to get to the cheese. Now, if you do this, without really realizing it, you're going to realize that all of these holes go to different places. It doesn't really make any sense. Everything's just kind of backwards, and you're like, where is what going where? And like, what do you do? And you can't go through the cans, of course. Like, that's not something you can do. So, a lot of people will probably just not really know what's going on and where to go. There's a trick to this, and it's actually not that crazy. He's a mouse. He wants cheese. And we just saw the mouse with the cheese outside of this. Essentially, the cheese is, you know, he can smell the cheese. So you got to follow where the mouse is going. So if I go over here, you'll notice he points the other way. But if I go over here, he points this way. And if I go here, he's still pointing this way. So this hole is the one we need to do. And that's essentially what we need to get done. And if you keep doing that, then you'll actually make it to the cheese. So it's kind of a dumb little puzzle. It's one that I constantly forget whenever I replay this game. But it works. And there you go. We got to the cheese. It makes a very creepy sound when it goes away too, right? Like it sounds like a demon or something. Am I crazy hearing that? We made it to the cheese room. Naturally, as we completed the cheese game. 2 more tapes again. This area has a lot of tapes, and mostly in the same room, which is very weird, but... It's more so for the pacing of the general story, because if you're watching all of the tapes before we're going to watch them, which is getting all of the tapes, then you kind of have this sort of thing where, essentially... The tapes are all out of order, but it's in a clever way where you can't really spoil yourself. At least from what I can remember. What is this? Well, that's a picture of Willy. But I do like it, so you know what? I'm gonna bring this with me. Just cause, you know, I like Willy. Willy's cool. I'm gonna bring him with me. Bring this little cart with me. And the easiest way to do that is by using this thing. I already tested it out, it works brilliantly. I don't know where it goes, but I'll find it eventually, I think. Great. Let's go over here. So this is the tedious puzzle. Oh, hey, a tape. But yes, this is the tedious puzzle of the game. And so essentially... we need to use our memory. Except that's not really convenient. it's not good. It doesn't really work well. And so it's not really something good. But this is literally a memory game. The problem with this is that if you go here, what you'll notice is that all the symbols are different. And you realize that when I don't get a match, it goes away. There you go, we got a match, right? Great. It goes... the whole thing goes away if you make one mistake. So essentially what we have to do, and the way that I do this, and I'll try to put up a picture of it, I'm going to do it now, so I'll be back in a minute. But I have to go through basically every symbol and mark them down, and I do it by numbers, and I just kind of remember what the numbers are. But essentially I'm going to do that and use that, and there's two things you have to do out of that actually. And so, yeah, this is like the weirdest part of the game. It's more tedious than anything. But there is one good part of this puzzle that I like, but we're not going to get to it yet, so we have to do kind of that second part first, or that second part later. This first part, though, is a little tedious, but I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, so I've taken the time to do this, and you've seen the picture already, I showed it already, but it's very rough and very awful, obviously, but, you know, there's 10 symbols, and labeling them as numbers, you could draw them, but it's a lot quicker to just put numbers, and match them. The one thing that you need to do is kind of a secondary thing, I'm going to do this as well after, is actually counting the number of how many symbols there are. This will be important later as well. But for now, we're just going to match these and get them aligned here. I'm going to try my best. I'm kind of just going through these. The fact that this is like this to start off with is hilarious. But I'm just going based on my picture here, and I'm just going to kind of go through, you know, left to right so far and figure out what to do here. And if I screw this up once, I gotta do it again. Which is also great, and love to see it. But yeah, so it's a little confusing for sure, and that's why this one's kind of tedious, because it is just that way. It's just a very tedious sort of thing. Unfortunately so, right? And there we are. So solving this doesn't actually get you anything immediately. The only reason you really need this is to be able to look at this as a whole and do the counting portion now. So that's really all it is, which is also why it's kind of annoying as well, because of how tedious it is. But it's also this thing of like, doing this part actually doesn't get you anything, as far as I'm aware. Maybe it does, and I just don't remember that part, but I don't believe it does. But yeah, so I'm gonna just count the symbols here and write that down real quick. Alright, we're good to go. I have done that. And they're all counted now, which is exactly what I need. So, yeah, it's tedious to do all of that kind of stuff, but we're kinda cutting around it for you guys, so that's what you need to do. I always forget this one needs a button. There we are. And we're gonna head to that pink building now. Again, that's probably the most, like, time-consuming puzzle of the game. The rest of the stuff is not that crazy. That definitely is, like, the longest one. And one that would technically be even longer because I actually know to count these things, as well. Naturally, you'd have to figure that out much later. There we go. Watch out, guys, you gotta move. Get out of there. Wait, dude, no, you gotta move. Oh. Again, the little scenes like that are always fun. This game is a little absurd for sure, but that's also the charm. I like it a lot. It's great. And for fun, we always do this. I love that laugh. It's so good. It's the only reason to do that. Wait, Clayman, watch out for the... Well, my bad. So it's actually funny, you can't even get in that room, and hey, look at that! There's some symbols, but we're gonna grab this tape real quick. That's the one I usually always completely forget, because I get distracted by the symbols, which are also very important, by the way. And something to keep note of, for sure. Try to remember that mentally anyway. We got one other place to go, right now. Luckily there's a teleporter down here, otherwise we'd be trapped here for a little while. And we're gonna go to this blue. We now have it unlocked. That one on the bottom is actually this teleporter here as well, so we can actually teleport there again if we need to. Really no reason to, though, outside of those symbols, so, you know, just keep that locked away, try to remember what they look like. And oopsie. A nice shot of the teleporter, in case you're curious. This area always looked like it was made out of, like, cotton candy to me. I don't know, the kind of blue. Felt very blueberry cotton candy. I could be wrong, but... I mean, it's an opinion, how is it really wrong? But you know what I mean. Maybe I'm the only person who sees that.
Clayman, up here.
Where? Here? Oh, hey, Willie. How's it going? We haven't really come face to face too much at this point. You prick. So the thing about Willie is that Willie is trying his best, but he's usually not always that helpful, but...
Clayman, up here.
I'm good. I'm alright, I don't need... I already got that, I'm fine, dude, thanks. Let's do this puzzle. And this is why we need to count these, those symbols before, because we need to put them here to solve this. And that's what we need them for. Now, luckily, it's not too bad to get back there, but, we would need to teleport to that, kind of pink teleporter that we went to, a little while ago, and then go all the way through and back into that area. So it would take a little bit of traversal to get back there. Luckily, I've counted it, and hopefully right. This is the part that I worry about, that I didn't do it right, but I think we're fine. And I believe that's it. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, by the way, that's Bill. You know that robot we saw earlier? Yeah. Try to get that bear to him. See if we can get it now. He really likes that bear. It's his favorite thing. That's all we need to do here. Now... we need to make the long trek. We need to make the long trek back, so that's going to take a little bit of time. You guys are going to get a speedrun version of it, though. So, you know, congratulations on that one. Get back to this teleporter and, I guess make our way down. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but, you know, it's fine. Kind of looks like a clam, don't you think? I don't know if that's intentional, but... this is like the tongue, and then it's like, you know, kind of like the clam from SpongeBob, you know? That kind of predates this a little bit, but that's fine. I believe we have to go to this location, from what I remember. There we are. And we're back. Unfortunately, there isn't a teleporter that's, like, close to the starting area that we, like, unlock. So we do kind of have to just trek all the way back, which is a little annoying. It also means we have to trek all the way back through this again as well to get back here, so... that's a little bit of an annoyance, but... that's fine. We don't have to do, like, the shrinking puzzle again, because we've already done that, so... well, it's not too bad, but we do have to tune this radio. Anyway, let's go, visit that cannon real quick. Because why not, you know? Might as well. up in there. So yeah, now we have the information we need to be able to do this part of the actual section here. So let's put in those essentially coordinates are what these are. So we're gonna put in the right symbols here and hopefully have them all right. Hopefully I still have access to these pictures. In the current day, that makes them a lot easier, for sure. And you see we got this on our screen now, so we can actually go back up for whatever reason. All the way into space, or whatever this is. I don't really know. The void, essentially. And we're going to put in this symbol as well. These in here, and we got this weird circle thing. There we are. And we got our other one. We can click that. Position ourselves, and oh, poor Bill. I hate to do it to you, but I'm kind of required to do it. Oh well. Sucks to see. Oh, direct hit. Weird that those coordinates just exist in the world for some reason. That's kind of mean. So we did that one puzzle to move Bill over there, and we got those symbols to be able to essentially shoot Bill down. Now we want to do that to get access to Bill. We want to be able to get access to him. And we are going to head back there, but that's a little early. We have other things to do as well. Remember that, you remember the world connecting together as well? As much as the teleporters bring us around, there's one area that we don't really have access to, and we kind of need to go back to. So we're going to put that bridge back up. We're going to make our way over there. Alright, so we're going to have to return to the Weaselly chase. Gotta make it happen. By the way, this is not supposed to be like a black void, this is actually a door. Just in case you thought it was like, oh, there's no room there. There is, it's just a door. Again, Armor Krog doesn't have that. It's also a good game as well. If you like this, I did stream the entirety of Armor Krog. It was my second playthrough. On stream a while ago, on Risk Red Live. You can watch that whole VOD there as well. It's from a while ago. I'm speaking highly of it. I don't remember how well that went, but I did play the whole thing. And again, it's cool to see something like this in HD, and with modern technology and in widescreen and everything, but there's still a charm to this one as well. Hey, we're connected. Look at that. Glorious. We get to go in the ear. I don't know. It's a very weird little hole. And somehow it leads into the blue area that we were just at. Remember this area? Now we're on the little rail system here. I wonder if this actually all does make 3D sense of how this all traverses. There's the teleporter. Because it doesn't in my mind, but maybe it does. I mean, all of this is real. They did make all these sets. There's a little thing here. I need to grab that. It's not a tape, though. This is actually different. But we'll figure that out later, but we do need that. And that's all we actually need to come over here for, but it is important that we did that. And since we're over here already, it was a good opportunity to do it.
Play a little ping pong, baby, sorry. Play a little ding dong,
Ah, and we're back. It took some time. A lot of walking, a lot of going around, doing all the puzzles again. Well, I mean, not really doing the puzzles, but just getting through them so we can get all the way back here. But your reward for getting back here is pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. You get a very nice animated sequence. Here we go. Oh, hey, Bill. Yeah, we shot you. Luckily, it has a very convenient little hole we can just hop into, which is very nice. So, the thing that happened to Bill, unfortunately, was he was a bad robot, but we want him to be good, which, luckily, there's a nice little switch for that. I wish people had that sometimes, but it is what it is. We're not all robots. At least I don't think so. And now Clayman gets to be a nice little operator of Bill. See, it all had purpose in the end. Somehow we didn't destroy him outright, which is shocking, but I'm not sure he knows what he's doing, but sure, yeah. It's interesting that the bear, this is actually the way he's supposed to get it. He was trying to grab at him forever, and now he just got him easily, so kind of weird, but yeah, this isn't Clayman doing this. This is Bill's still in control here. He's still his own person. He's got a little necktie there, by the way, and a convenient jump out of hole button. That voice effect is so, like, reverb heavy. Here's the purple weasel, too. We never really get to see too much of this weasel. It's a character I kind of forget was in the game at any point. He weirdly decides to bash him in, and oh my god, that's all of his guts just all over Willy. Hey, Willy. Come here, man. We don't really know anything about Willy outside of the little bit we've seen. We would know more, technically, in a normal playthrough, but I've kind of, I've taken my time with one aspect of it so far. And Bill is very fucking strong. Look at him go. Somehow he still fits in that. I feel like he should have turned it even, like, a little bit more to get through that easier, but apparently that worked out. And he broke the teleporter, unfortunately. The main reasoning for that is that they don't want you to really go back there. Because we're kind of done with that area, there's no reason to go back there, there's literally nothing there. Plus, they've kind of changed the way the terrain is and the rotation of the building. And this is the most badass music in this game. It's wacky, but also it's pretty sick. Nice one, Willy. So that's a Clockwork Beast. Kind of very, like, not fitting compared to the rest of the stuff. He's very, like, gruesome looking, but like, everything else has a cartoony vibe, and he's kind of like this weird, more realistic sort of stop-motion puppet. It almost seems like he's from something else. Is Object a bear? Yep. Yep, it is. It is. And somehow they have a bear retrieval unit. Who knew? Right there, ready for the task. Makes me think this has happened before, or something similar, but seems oddly convenient. The perfect size and everything. That punch really knocked Bill out for a little bit. Can a robot get knocked out? I don't know. Oh no, not again. And their population is going down real quick. There's only 2 more that we know of now. Don't even know what that is, really. And down into the void with it. Again, that is a very weird thing. You're in the void, there's really no coming back from that. We gotta have to be careful. Actually, it's claiming we have to be careful, too. I almost feel like there was something we did that maybe kind of showed us the effect of that, but I don't know. He almost turned his whole head around punching him like that. That's the kick button now. Hopefully that never accidentally goes off. Imagine you're just walking around and suddenly just whoomp. There you go. Bill is very large. And now we're at the castle. Or whatever you want to call it. I call it a castle. Basically is. Wait a minute. What are you doing? We're probably fine. We'll be fast enough. I don't think there's really any bad side of that. Willie's still in there now. He was knocked out that whole time. Goddamn. And Clayman got in. You know how we said the void was really no return? Well, there you go. And right from that immediate sad moment, we're right back into the game. It's awful. Somehow Clayman knew they fell off too. I guess they probably would have heard it, but he was already in. He had no way to actually witness it, but yeah, we're back in. So this is the castle. We're here now, and yeah. So there's a lot of areas we can go. The first area we're going to go is over to the right here. We kind of need to go there. We don't need to... There is a room over to the left as well. We don't need to go there yet. Oh, look, there's another one of those things that we found earlier. I guess good thing we found that. I don't know what we need it for yet, but I guess we'll figure it out. This room's very ominous. We don't need to go there yet. We need to go here. On the Doom elevator. Not like Doom guy, but... I love that animation of Clayman going up. I think there's a video online of that where it's just 10 hours long of Clayman going up the elevator. Good video. One of the best ones I've ever seen. So we got another teleport thing here, so if we ever needed to go back, we can actually use this, but we should be clear. We should be good. And that little pin we got, we're just going to pop this balloon real quick. We're going to have to go back down to get that. And now is the time that we get to watch the tapes. We gotta put them in first, though, so that'll take a second. I'm not kidding either. It's gonna... Yeah, right, yeah, cool. Any day now. I think I failed to mention there's a lot of tapes. This is gonna take a little while. There we go, jeez. Alright, so I was an idiot. I completely forgot. I actually do have to go back down real quick. I forgot one tape, but it's very easy to get. But it confused me for a second. I had to think about it for a minute. Because that slot, for some reason, is the same slot as the one that... Or at least, maybe I miscounted, but... It was the same slot as the one that's right in that area where we got hit with that guy with the hammer. So I was like, I picked that one up. That's usually the one I miss, so... No, there's one actually in this area. Oh, hey, it's the mouse and the cheese. And that little, projector. So yeah, there's the last tape. We'll head up real quick, but we have to move this, projector real quick. There we are. And, let's pull this, lever. Let's see what it does now. Ah, it lights up the wall, and we get to see this combo, 9, 14, 16, in the order of these items here. And luckily this mouse is still happy having his cheese, so I'm glad he's doing alright as well. We're gonna come back with that though, we still can't do that yet, we're missing a key. Those are keys, by the way. I don't know why I was alluding to them as not being keys, they are keys. We only have 2 keys though, we need one more, where is that? Doesn't matter. Let's do this tape thing. We'll figure that out after. I almost had all the tapes. I said I wasn't going to watch them until we had all the tapes. We still haven't. But I forgot a tape. It's my bad. It wasn't far, luckily. There we are. Look at that. Beautiful.
Hello.
And there's the Willy.
Me Willie. Me Willie Trombone.
That's not the last name you had last time.
These discs tell a story. Story about good. Story about bad. These discs are all that are left of the true story. True story of the closing of the Third Age.
If we watched these before, they would have been separated out.
Know this truth.
Now they're all together, which is great.
Know what to do. Listen, I tell you. It all starts with Hoborg,
So Hoborg was on that.
being who had to create.
He was on that plaque for the cannon.
He had to. He make a world full of beauty and wonder. This world, the Neverhood, a world where he could live forever and evermore. Hoborg thought this world would make him happy,
It's a cool world.
but it make him sad.
Well, shit.
Walking around his big, beautiful new world make him feel all alone. But then, Hoborg get him an idea. He said,
I know. I'll make a friend to enjoy this world with me.
And people always come from seeds, as we all know.
Hoborg happy to have a new friend.
Should have done that to start with.
Clog.
So this is Clog.
Welcome him to the Neverhood.
Not claiming, different guy.
Everything you see here is yours to enjoy. You and I shall spend all our days here together. With you by my
Immediately
side,
evil looking.
I'll make more.
Corral.
No! I mean, no, Clog. This crown is the only thing that you cannot have.
Oh, nice.
I am ruler of this world, the Neverhood.
Now you have to live in eternity,
Ruler needs his crown.
and there's one thing that you can't have.
You can understand that.
Feels
Now,
pretty laid out for him.
and explore your new home, while I go back to my throne room to plan some more people to make.
I mean, in fairness, he's gonna make more people, apparently.
Hoborg go to make more friends.
Is Clog like the vice president?
And Clog start thinking bad things. Sitting in the throne room, Hoborg start thinking about
definitely a
what he
castle.
make next.
Huh? What? My crown?
I don't know how Clog got up there, by the way.
Yeah. Now, Hoborg, we shall see who rules this world. You cannot rule without a crown.
Clog! No!
I declare myself Clog, ruler of the Neverhood.
I don't know what he's expecting to happen, but, well,
What have I...
and if it wasn't obvious already, he's also a very evil voice, by the way. Yep, that's Clog.
Yow! Sheesh! My, this baby packs a wallop. What's this?
Honestly, better design that way. I mean, I like Clayman, but I want to be unique.
It seems this crown does more than give you reign over the Neverhood. It's also your secret to life. What
Unfortunate.
a pity.
Yeah.
Clog right about that.
It's very Earthworm Jim-like,
Crown. Hobo.
and the creator of this made Earthworm Jim.
In a big, helpless sleep. Ooh, that clog scare me. Things look icky. But maybe hope. Maybe. A life seed. Hoborg boo-boo with Clog. Clog go all stinky bad. But Willie know what to do. Yes. Ooh, me hope Clog no find out about this.
And here we go.
Happy birthday!
And now we know the general story.
If you watching this, then you do good. Really happy. Now you need this. Go do more good.
Oh,
Look out for bad. Willie know.
hey, thanks, Willie.
Always where you forget to look. Bye!
So yeah, that last tape actually we could have, I think is a fairly early one, like the one where we get born like that, because you kind of want to attach us to Willie, but of course we didn't watch it until now. So now we have to head down, so we have 2 of the keys. We technically didn't have the other key, but we know where it is, we know where to get it. Back down the elevator. But yeah, I know I said like the story was kind of very involved. Not the actual whole story of this game. It's still a cool story, I like it, but just in terms of like the story in Hall of Records, because there's a lot of like backstory of like how like Hoborg's the person ruling and how like ruling works and like why the world is made the way it is and all that kind of stuff. Like you can get really deep into that too. So all of that, like that's the deep stuff. Like it's very involved. For a game like this, you'd think it would not have a story as deep as that and also available, right? Like maybe it's something that exists elsewhere, but it's not in the game or not really involved that way. It's just to like help, kind of a Bible of sorts in terms of like how to, well, no pun intended with the Bible, but like kind of like a, you know, story Bible in like a production to be like, okay, this is how this goes and this is how this would work because of this sort of event that, you know, technically would happen in the universe, that kind of thing. So what was this code again? 9416. Right, so that's the order of the keys as well. They're actually already going to be in here. We got to put them in. We got to open the door, man. He's taking some big bites over there, that mouse. So 9416. I believe the order is this, this, and this. So this will go in 9. I believe this one's in 4. There's always one that's in the actual spot. And I don't have it right. I think I have these keys swapped. I always do that. Did I forget the numbers? Is it 16? Oh no. Oh no, I've ruined it, haven't I? There we go. Convinced myself of the wrong number and the wrong order. I'm doing great today so far, and there goes our keys. But we can get in, so that's all we need to do. Well, this looks familiar. Now this one is a bit of a lie, because if you go over here, I believe it's actually this one. I can't remember which one it is particularly. But this lowers the spikes. But obviously we can't hold that. If we do this one... Oh, not that one, Clayman. Usually we jump up and get this last ring here. No, one of them, maybe it's this third one here, lowers this platform so we can get across. And this one we can actually hold. This one will just get dropped. So we'd have to put him here, but how do we keep that one down? Well, I don't know, we'll figure it out. We gotta figure some solution out, right? I'm not exactly sure. I like the black light look in this section. But if we put him here, we grab this ring real quick. That one's a complete red herring. You have to use the fact that he spits you out to get into the room. Very dumb. I don't know how Clog got into this room, but, you know. Don't think about it. And now we're in the throne room. Jesus fuck.
I'm sorry. Did I frighten you?
Yes.
My name is Clog.
Figure that part out.
Everything you see here is mine to do with as I so desire.
I don't know about that.
And I desire for all of this to be yours to rule.
Wait, what?
All you have to do is wear the adornment of a king. Yes, the Neverhood crown. You know where this baby goes, so let us make our decision, shall we?
Well, I don't really know what the decision is. Man, I can rule all of the Neverhood? I really like the Neverhood. It's so cool here. Yeah, alright.
Yes! Yes! He bought it! I win!
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
I am the ruler of this world now.
Now, I don't know if that's evil Clayman that comes out of that, or if that's like a duplicate of Clog. I really don't know, but I'm assuming it's a new ruler. He's very Clog-like, though. But yeah, that's the ending of Neverhood. That's it. Alright, yeah, no, I lied to you. I think if I sit here for a while, there'll be another little, like, mid thing. I'm not sure, though, but I might wait, like, a minute just to see. I think there is a thing, though.
No hurry. I can wait here as long as you can.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That one's one that as a kid, I never realized because I was very impatient and I never really waited for that. So that's a cool little one there that I kind of learned later on. Well, let's help Hoberg out.
What?
Did I say Hoberg?
What?
Hoborg.
I know what you're thinking and you can forget it. What the?
Hey, whatever works, you know. I like how he could just run over to him to stop him, but nope.
I promise you will regret this! You are toying with forces for which you know nothing about!
Hey, that worked really well. And now the best song in the game. Ho ho ho. One of the biggest moments right here.
Sleep so long. Who woke me? What is your name?
Clayman.
Clayman. Yes.
He can speak.
Well, stand
Oh, oh god. It's Dark Arts.
save this world and
Ooh. Well, inconvenient for him.
you know, I never really understood that guy. Come on, Clayman. We've got a Neverhood to finish. This nursery is where it all starts. So wait here, Clayman, and I'll make you some friends.
Hey, we're gonna get some friends, dude. I'm excited. Eventually. Any day now. Taking a little while, huh? Yeah, we never really learned from Hoborg how long this takes, but I mean, the seed didn't seem to take that long based on the story we saw, but maybe that was embellishing the speed a little bit. Clayman's a loud sleeper.
Clayman, wake up.
Holy Jesus Christ.
Hey, everybody. This is Clayman. And without his smarts, compassion, and high moral fiber, we wouldn't be here today.
Half a cheer for Clayman!
Hip hip. Hoo.
It is now time to
That's
goof.
basically half a cheer. So yeah, we did it. Congrats to us. We now have friends. They all kind of look like weird versions of Clayman. Hoborg doesn't really have any other good designs outside of alternative Clayman designs, but you know what? It's fine. He knew he struck gold immediately. Might as well stick with it. I assume this is probably more so a thing of it was easy to just make a bunch of Clayman models and animate them in a similar way. Oh yeah, right. Our actual friends are dead.
Clayman! Clayman!
Wait a minute.
Here! Hey!
So somehow Hoborg just, like, cloned them in some way, based on the sounds that we heard, so don't know how he managed to do that, but he did. Or there's a way to save people from the void.
Man, things are good.
And that's it. That's Neverhood. Kinda ends a little abruptly that way. It feels like it does, but I mean, it has an ending as well. It's a cool experience. I like Neverhood. It's a cool game. I don't know, I just felt like playing it. It's a lot easier to access now. Again, there's really no way to, like, buy this game officially. And I don't want to, like, you know, say I'm supporting piracy, but really the only way to get access to this game is to either buy it for a crap ton of money. I mean, there's not a huge amount of, like, copies that exist of this game. So doing that somewhere and finding that, or, you know, I think the game might exist on mobile devices. I think it maybe had, like, a port to mobile at one point, and I think that happened, so I think there is that ability. Or there's this way where you can, in the way that I'm doing it, I technically did have a copy many years ago. My dad did, so get it through My Abandonware, use ScumVM, works really well, and it's a great experience. So if you want to play this yourself, I mean, we got all the way through it anyway, but, you know, if you just want to explore and check out some stuff and just have a feel of it yourself, I mean, it's very easy to do nowadays. So really cool stuff. I really like this game. Again, I wish this game got, like, some sort of just... I wish there was, like, clean HD shots of all the stuff, and it was in, like, super high quality, and you could just play it that way, and, like, in widescreen, it'd be great, but... there is the charm of the quality that it is, and it feels very classic and retro, but modern at the same time, because it works like a mostly modern game, kind of. The save system's a little outdated, but that's okay. There are still autosaves too, though. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed with me going through this, and yeah. I'll be streaming live on Risk Red Live, or rather, Risk Red on Twitch. So, if, you know, if you're able to come by and swing by and catch some stuff, Friday we do some Isaac. It's a cool time. We're gonna be doing that. We do other stuff too. We've been playing Doom recently. Some new stuff will be coming out as well on the channel. So I hope to catch you there when that happens, and yeah. Hopefully see you guys next time on safeBLUE. See you, everybody.